Duke Ellington, and we're both very glad to be here. I'm sure things are sounding good. Alright, let me... Over the last 6 years since my mother passed away, I've somehow managed to inherit her very full and boisterous laugh. Being naturally soft-spoken, as I'm sure you can tell, this comes as quite a pleasant surprise. Unfortunately, I've also begun to notice just how much I sound like her when I cry now. Those full-on sobs, often misnomered as an ugly cry, were something I used to find cathartic and beautiful. That is until I started hearing her echo through my tears. For better or worse, I've spent a large part of my life thus far in survival mode. Whether it was out of legitimate fear of something big and traumatic happening, or a mild case of embarrassing myself, well, I've always been at least a little on edge at all times. Whenever I dare venture out of this unhealthy coping mechanism disguised as a comfort zone, seeking the thrills of self-confidence or taking up space, I'd usually find myself cosmically, literally, or otherwise knocked down a peg, relegated back to my corner where I could remain so long as I stayed quiet and unobtrusive. It's an odd duality to have gained my mother's laughter and cries. I had heard and been the cause of both for many years. If there's one thing I've learned about the unrelenting shittiness that is grief, it's that often the good things are harder to remember. And I guess that's why it feels like I'm crying twice as hard nowadays. I lost my mom in February of 2019, and I lost my dad just this past January. His death date and my mother's are now separated by a mere 19 days, and it is a lot. I still fall into random, bizarre pockets of grief over the both of them, mourning the family that they were to me, just as much as the family I wish they could have been. My mom gave me much more than just her laughter and tears, and my dad gave me his ridiculous sense of humor and nearly otherworldly knack for writing, which I certainly hope is evidenced by this little prelude. For tonight, I'm paying tribute to both of them by covering a song you may have heard in the movie 13 Going on 30, or more recently by the Middle-Aged Dad Jam Band. It seems appropriate. So here's my version of Billy Joel's Vienna, dedicated to my mother and father in the great beyond, both of whom I know in their heart of hearts try their best. Slow down, you crazy child. You're so ambitious for a juvenile, but then if you're so smart, tell me why are you still so afraid? Where's the fire? What's the hurry about? You better cool it off before you burn it out. You got so much to do, only so many hours in the day. Hey. You know that when the truth is told, you can get what you want, you can just get bold. You're gonna kick off before you even get halfway through. Ooh. When will you realize Vienna waits for you? Slow down when you're done fine. You can be everything you want to be before your time. Though it's so romantic on the borderline tonight. while. It's alright, you can afford to lose a day or two. And will you realize Vienna waits for you? Why don't you realize Vienna waits for you? Probably should have mentioned this is the first time I'm actually playing the ukulele in front of an audience. So this next song is a song I wrote, and it is the first song I've ever written. Funny thing about that knack for writing I was mentioning earlier is that I've always been able to pretty effortlessly nail poetry and prose, but songwriting for some reason has long eluded me. That is a guess until I found the right inspiration. So this song is about recklessness and queer heartbreak. Yay! Two things that I know don't always but often go hand in hand on the road to queer joy. Though I initially wanted to make this dedication a little catty and snarky, I figured this song does that already. Instead, I dedicate this song to myself, to protecting my heart, to my darling spouse Jessie over there, who gifted me this beautiful baritone ukulele, to making healthier choices, setting reasonable boundaries, and never, ever checking my Instagram notifications. I put flowers in my hair, thought you'd at least pretend to care. Gently leaned in for a kiss, but you were gone. You gave me no more than I thought. I guess it seems that you had got me mixed up with a girl she'd take for a walk. You ripped my prom dress, but I'm still king. You had me crying, but I still sing. And now you're yearning, stuck at the dance. That's not my problem. You had your chance. I took all my makeup off, covered my eyes under a cuff, tried to remember what it was I saw in you. Turns out it wasn't all that much. Who needs a pretty thing to touch? Got myself and all. I've got myself and all. I don't need you to. You ripped my prom dress, but I'm still king. You had me crying, but I still sing. And now you're yearning, stuck at the dance. That's not my problem. You had your chance. I tore that fucking dress away. I had it long enough to say, when I'm done for good, and you should know. I mean exactly what I say when I tell you to keep away. You've got your place, I've got mine, that's a fact. You ripped my prom dress, but I'm still king. You had me crying, but I still sing. And now you're yearning, stuck at the dance. That's not my problem, you had your chance. One more time. You ripped my prom dress, I'm still king. You had me crying, but I still sing. And now you're yearning, stuck at the dance. It's not my problem, you had your chance. Everybody, that's not my problem, you had your chance.
Snister, Ledina.